Hi, I'm Jeff Basara. I'm an associate professor in the School of Meteorology at the University of Oklahoma. I'm also the director of the Kessler Atmospheric and Ecological Field Station, which is where we are today. The Kessler Atmospheric and Ecological Field Station is about 400 acres of main campus. That's about 15 miles southwest of the actual main campus of OU in Norman, Oklahoma. So we're out in rural McLean County, but this is actually part of the University of Oklahoma. I'm originally from the suburbs of Chicago, and after I finished high school, I got my bachelor's degree in atmospheric science from Purdue University in Indiana. After receiving my bachelor's degree, I received my master's and PhD from the University of Oklahoma. After completing those degrees, I spent time as a research scientist for the Oklahoma Climatological Survey, working with the Oklahoma Mesonet. And in 2012, I joined the regular faculty of the School of Meteorology at the University of Oklahoma. From my earliest recollection, I've always been fascinated by the atmosphere. I'd read books about it. I'd go to the library. I'd watch the Weather Channel. I constantly wanted to gain more knowledge about how the atmosphere worked. And that led me to, while I was in high school, making a decision to, I really wanted to pursue this as my career path, and why I went to Purdue University to get a bachelor's degree and then continued that with a master's and PhD. I just have had an insatiable curiosity about how the atmosphere works. And so that's what I'm continuing to do today, trying to understand the atmosphere in all of its subtleties and all of its dynamic nature. And part of that is understanding it so that we can better predict it. We can use our information that we gain across a wide spectrum of observations to improve weather forecasts and weather prediction, but also understand what's happening in our climate system, how weather then aggregates up to climate, and how our climate is changing and also becoming more variable here, especially in the Great Plains of the United States, and how the ecosystem impacts the atmosphere above it and how the atmosphere then impacts the ecosystem. These are all processes I'm trying to understand, and my students and I are working on a wide variety of research projects to try to improve our knowledge in those areas, and really it's still about satisfying that insatiable curiosity about how the atmosphere works. So the research that my group is really working on comes down to a couple of real important factors. And specifically, it's about the hydrometeorology of the atmosphere. Where is the water coming from? Where is the water going? And this involves moisture transport horizontally in the atmosphere. It also involves collecting observations, detailed observations of the land surface and how it impacts the evaporation and evapotranspiration back to the atmosphere. It's also about heavy precipitation or the lack thereof. So we are very interested in excessive precipitation events, flash floods, flooding just in general, but also drought. So precipitation extremes are a key component of the research that we do. And we involve all kinds of students, whether you're an undergrad in your sophomore or freshman year through your senior year, or if you're a graduate student. We have a wide variety of different types of projects that we're working on that involve students of all different types of backgrounds. And some of our students work on very local projects, some of our students work on global projects. And that's kind of the exciting thing about the types of work that we're doing in the climate, hydrology, ecosystems, and weather research group.